The Barnes Bunch premieres Friday, April 19th on WeTV. Stream every moment on All Black.
Let's do this. Good evening. My name is Nigel Chambers. I'm from Big Old Belt Media. Matt and Anansa, it's a pleasure to talk to you both today about your new show, The Barnes Bunch, which that first episode is available right now on WeTV. How you two doing?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for the time. I want to start off asking about you two's relationship, which has been a very public relationship, and you all have discussed already in the first episode, and I've got to check out the first three, about the backlash, the negative narratives, all that built in the media. And with such a visible relationship, yet on just, from entertainment or other things and ventures that you are into in social media, I'm curious, why was it now the time to allow more exposure? Why was it the time now to film this reality show and to give the public more access? What was the decision behind this?
Question. How you get to see the first three episodes already? We ain't even got to see the first three episodes.
Oh, is that what he said? He said he saw the first three? I didn't catch that. That is crazy.
The VIP access.
Send us the link, okay? Can you send us the link that you got?
Oh yeah, give me him up. Yeah, I got you.
DM Matt, and he'll give you our info.
I think to answer your question is, Datari is someone that Anansa grew up with. Jamie Foxx and I have been close for a long time, so really just trusting them and their track record and them having an understanding of us. Obviously, us both being on reality in the past, my situation wasn't the best, but I learned a lot, but also realized that it opened me up to a whole new world. As I was a professional basketball player, it opened me up to a new side. So I think, at this point, we have had some public issues, and blame that on myself, but really just kind of allowing us to tell our own story at this point. In today's media, perception is reality. So whether it's true or not, if it's out there, people kind of go with it. And not that we're worried about narratives or what people are running with, but we just thought, again, feeling safe with the producers, being our friends, we thought it'd be cool. We feel like blended is the new norm, and we have 6 kids between us, and just thought it would be a really cool opportunity to show the world what a blended, I guess if you want to call celebrity couples, life is like.
Anything want to add on that, Anansa?
Well, for me, gosh, I love our family so much. I'm so proud of our family. That's why I post them so much, and I share on my social media a lot. Like for me, I love being positive. I love positivity around me, and all relationships hit bumps in the road. Everyone is not public because everyone's not a public figure for people to tune in to see. So yeah, we had a breakup in 2020, and then we had a makeup, and we've been rolling ever since. But I think I've never came onto this project thinking I can't wait to show them how loving our family is and how blessed we are in our household. But hey, if that's what they catch too, that's great. One thing that's amazing about Matt and I in the world of Hollyweird, we're very like down to earth, relatable people. And you'll see that on the show. Like we're not trying to fake anything. I got mad at him and cameras are rolling. I'm like, it is what it is. I'm standing on what I'm mad about. So you're just gonna see some real for a change, I think, in reality TV. And I think it's important. I love the aspect of showing Black positive family. I love for Matt, who people have a misconception about, showing his family side, the side, that's the biggest side to him, but people don't get to see a lot. And I love that for him and for us as a family.
Yeah, I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. We know a lot of these reality shows thrive off of Black exploitation. So I just want to start by saying I truly appreciate the show. I truly appreciate you too. I know this is my first time ever meeting you all, but I felt so welcome into your household because we're finally seeing families highlighted in a positive way. So we can like erase that stink of what reality TV has been normalized to be, to seeing these news stories, which Matt, I want to come right to you with this next question is let's call it what it is. You said it on the show. This is how you're perceived in the community. You say as a competitor, you're a monster, you're an asshole, you're a dog. Everybody knows off the court, you had that same reputation. You aren't to be messed with. to open up this show as a person that you and Steve Jack, those are two people you never want to cross the wrong way. Y'all know how y'all are. To open up this show to be an advocate for therapy is 10 steps ahead in the way society needs to go. For you, can you talk about why it was important to set that tone, and considering the perception of everybody and who they know you are, and how therapy has this other completely opposite narrative? You know, you go to therapy, you're weak, you're soft, da 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 da, something's wrong with you, but you're normalizing in a way, having a conversation with your boys. I can't thank you enough for this, but for you, how important was it for the show to open up on that note?
I appreciate that first and foremost, and I think it was very important. I think in the Black community, it's a sign of weakness to show any kind of emotion. And I lived that way for, man, baby, when did we get together? 6 years ago, 7 years ago? I'm 44, so until I was 37, 38, signs of weakness were weak, and I wasn't. But I found someone who made me want to better myself and made me want to open up. And I'm such a great communicator when it comes to my job, but I had deficiencies in communicating to the person I love the most. So I think, allowing that access and promoting that in a positive way, because we live in such a copycat world. If we make therapy cool, everyone will start doing it. So
You're right about that.
I always face a lot of public scrutiny or negativity, but behind the scenes, when I won full custody of my kids, or I was going through a nasty divorce and all this kind of stuff, I'd always get a lot of positivity in my DMs, like, man, I'm going through the same thing. I appreciate that. So I started thinking, like, the more I open up, and sometimes I don't all the way open up, but when I do open up, I know that I'm not only helping myself, but I'm helping other people in similar positions or similar situations to be like, hey, man, Matt went through this and did this, or now Matt's in counseling. Who would ever thought? But I think it's dope. So I just think, again, I try to lead by example in certain aspects. And I definitely feel like, being able to lead by example in this aspect is a beautiful thing, not only for me and my family, but the Black culture and culture in general.
I appreciate you, my brother. And I also do want to say another part of you really speaking about your emotions and not being afraid to admit that you cry. And that's, again, another stigma that Black men don't cry. We don't shed tears. And for you to have that moment, I think is really going to send the community in a positive manner. And everything you've built with your brand, and collectively you two are building together, this show is going to be looked upon as one of the greats when it's all said and done. Anosha, I want to talk to you a little bit about legacy. You bring your mom on the show, who has been a trendsetter, a barrier breaker, and now you're coming through. You've already carved out a path, and you continue to strive full steam ahead. How important for you is for folks to recognize you aren't just living in your mother's legacy or even the things you've done in the past, but you are still very much hungry and creating more to talk about later on.
I think for me, when you're a child of a celebrity, sometimes people expect you to be in the shadows, or they think you're either doing it, or you psych yourself up to do it. For me, I felt like my education going forward, getting my BA, getting my MBA, that was something I could do on my own, took my own brain. No teacher cared who my mom was, who my dad was. They weren't going to give me a better grade. Played basketball through high school and college. Again, coaches did not care. They thought it was cool. They wanted to, a couple of my coaches wanted to know if my mom was going to come to the game. But, having those things that you do on your own when you grow up the way that I grew up is really important, because it can mess with you mentally about what you want to, what you're doing. So when I entered into modeling, particularly plus size modeling, I already, was in corporate America, and I got to learn and live and see a few things. So my attitude towards it was different than when I wanted to model as a teenager. I didn't know what to expect. And I loved the idea of modeling and representing women of bigger sizes, because it just gave it more purpose than just being pretty and standing there and everybody saying, oh, she's so pretty, like, this is great. For me, a lot of my life is about finding purpose. And a lot of people, oh, she's really small, the plus size model, but that's the modeling industry. You start as a size 12 or 14. Those are the women that you see. Every once in a while, you might see a size 16, and the plus size sizes go all the way up to like a 32. Yeah. So there's still work that needs to be done there, but I'm happy to be a part of it. I don't, people say, why do they call it plus size? I don't care what you called me. I just wanted to work and also represent You could call me curve, plus, whatever. Just happy to be a part of something. My mom got to break ceilings with being the first Black woman on the cover of Vogue. Huge accomplishment. Huge accomplishment. A lot of Black women that didn't know they were beautiful say to me, like, gosh, like I'm a brown skinned woman and your mom made it beautiful, like feel good to be a brown skinned woman, you know? And I love that. And I've had people come to me like, never been skinny, I've never been model size, but you know, you made me see curves, be proud of my curves and things like that when I was really working. Right now, my main work is at home with these 6 kids and supporting Matt. But you know, we go through stages in lives, right? Like I don't know what's going to happen 5 years from now. Kids are going to get older, and who knows where I'll be. But I'm always just open to taking the opportunities as they come, and just doing my best at whatever I'm given.
The thicker, the better, baby.
You're a fool.
Well, listen, Matt and Anansa, thank you so much for your time. It's been a complete honor to talk to you all. Hopefully, once the world gets to see as much as I get to see, they fall in love with you as much as I have. Again, I've always respected you two's career, but now I just feel like a part of the family, and that's just because of the work you've done on this show. So I'm looking for you all to not only well, not looking for this to not only drop, but I want y'all to get back in the lab and start creating more stuff. Okay. And I know you, man. You build a whole brand, so I know you're like, yeah, we're gonna keep hitting while the iron's hot. So get back to work, y'all too.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Y'all take care. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you.
Regulars.